Let's head on inside Pizza Hut Stadium for the first of what will be many games over the next 3 days. Joke and Little Man. He's got a man open. That's Hollywood Brown. You can't leave Hollywood Brown that open. Our first touchdown of the Madden Challenge goes to the man known as Joke. He's no joke out there on offense.
Joke had the upper hand early, scoring first and holding Lil Man to 2 field goals. Right before the half, Saquon Barkley broke off a big run to give Joke a 14-6 lead.
Oh, he goes up the middle, and there goes Saquon. Can Amos run him down? You can't run down Saquon Barkley to the house for Joke.
Finally, Lil Man hits pay dirt.
Quick drop, waiting, he looks to that wheel, that's Saquon, he's got a first down, he's got more, he's got 6, he's down by 2.
Down 14-12, he makes a crucial decision, settling for the extra point instead of going for 2 to tie it.
It's a 1-point game. Do you like the call, kicking the extra point?
Little Man more of an aggressive type player sometimes. I thought he would have went for 2.
Ultimately, Joke was able to control possession and come away with a 14-13 victory.
How about Joke? It's only a 1-point game, but it felt like there was never a position where he wasn't in control.
Joke was in control again in his second game of the day against Crush.
Right now he needs 1 yard, 4th down and 1 for Crush. 3-man rush from Joke. He's in trouble, he sits down, and Joke will move to 2-0 with a huge sack on 4th down.
Joke's final match of the first round was against Madden legend Bugs. The highs and lows had the Snickers Players Lounge going wild.
And Saquon will just walk in. Touchdown, Joke.
Bugs needed a strong showing to advance. He fought hard, but it wasn't enough to stop Joke from going 3-0 in his group and locking down the bye.
Joke will go 3-0 in Group A, dominant.
It was a heartbreaker for Bugs. Group B belonged to 16-year-old Henry and Clef the God. They each marched to 2-0 to set up a head-to-head match that would determine who would advance and who would have to play a do-or-die wild card game later in the evening.
Can you believe it? This is just a group play matchup. It feels like it could be a final here on the first day.
Henry took an early 10-0 lead.
It's a click on and it tips it over to Jackson. It's an interception at the 39-yard line.
And now, if you're Henry, I think you can get a little aggressive right here, Scott. The touchdown would be huge to make it 2 possessions.
Murray hands it off to McCaffrey, all kind of space. Christian looking for the pylon. It won't matter. It's a touchdown.
A less seasoned competitor might have given up, but Clef dug deep and snagged the bye.
Still got 45 seconds to go. A pass in the corner, and Tyreek.
We right back in it, man. One stop.
Touchdown, Clef. Winston. And there is Tyreek Hill on a little hitch. And that's back-to-back touchdowns, not only for Clef, but for Tyreek Hill. Precious time ticking away. He hands it to Freeman. First down would do it.
Come on. Go, man.
And Henry won't use a timeout. I think he knows it's over.
All eyes turned to the final game of day 1, a winner-go-home game between Henry and Lil Man.
This truly is an old school versus new school battle.
You're seeing contrasting styles as well. Little Man will certainly tell you how it is.
On the second play of the game, Lil Man scored, and he let Henry hear it.
Kenny Stills all alone. Can Dunbar catch him? He won't. Touchdown, Little Man.
We're built for this.
Henry laughed it off and got down to business, scoring 17 unanswered.
Big hit, and it is picked up by Henry. And Ed Reed, a scoop and a score.
And coming up with clutch plays when it mattered most.
Let's get going here in the second quarter. And Steve Largent, how about that? Tannehill to the outside, it's picked off. It's Ed Reed.
Look at Henry laughing at him. This is great.
Tannehill throws it toward the end zone, and it's picked off. Ball game. And once again, the youth takes down the old school.
Congrats on making it to the Elite Eight. That's a huge thing. You times that by 2 and you have your age at 16. It's pretty amazing stuff, man. How do you feel about it?
I feel good. First thing I want to say, my mom texted me before the game. She told me to thank God, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna thank God. He definitely came through in that game right there, boy. Let me tell you, I got so lucky.
Day 1 is in the books, and half of our final 8 are through.
I'm ready to see, who's going to fall and who's going to just keep on going.
Day 2 brings with it a chance for a relative newcomer like Noah to make a name for himself.
Come on, man. Go get one stop. End this, Noah. End this.
Or for young Kiv, a previous winner of the prestigious Madden Bowl, to get back to the top.
With a compelling opening day in the books, the next wave of players are getting ready for Day 2 of the Madden NFL 20 Challenge. 16 Madden competitors made the trip to San Francisco to compete for a prize pool worth just under $200,000 and coveted seats at the table for the year-ending Madden Bowl. Day 2 kicks off with Group C, a wide-open, unpredictable foursome. Could the C stand for Cinderella? Let's find out.
All right, so Groups A and B have the day off, and today will be all about Group C and D. Group C has been flying under the radar a bit, but is still very tough and consists of Noah, PK Deliverance, the Steelers club champion, as well as Trey and JD. And then there's Group D. This group is simply stacked, featuring Wesley, Ghost, Young Kiv, and K-Mac. Group D is the only group which includes competitors with Madden majors, those of course being Young Kiv and Ghost.
This Group C is very interesting. 3 players making their first MCS Live final appearance. 2 of them right here in Noah and Trey. This should be a great early matchup where we get to learn a lot about these players.
Yeah, this is an exciting matchup. 2 guys making their first live event. Young guys, hungry, very confident, excited to be here when I talk to them today.
On the main stage for the first game of the day, Noah announced himself in a big, big way right out of the gate.
As a handoff stretch run for Chris Johnson. CJ2K to the house.
In the second quarter, Noah got a little more magic from his star running back on 3rd and 5.
Let me hand off to Chris Johnson, and there goes CJ2K. The wheels on the bus go ground and pound as Noah hits the end zone.
Down 14-3, Trey rolled the dice on a crucial 4th and 5.
Oh, pressure picked up nicely. He had him underneath, but he's going for it all. He's got the fist bump, but he missed him. Miko wide open, and Trey can't believe it.
You gotta love it.
With time running out before the half, Noah somehow found even more magic.
Oh, he's got Y all alone. He came off of him, and Kittle's in the end zone. The one mistake you can't make before the half.
How do you put yourself in this position, Trey, man? You're way better than this.
Unfortunately for Trey, the second half was more Noah and more CJ2K.
You think I don't know how to speak that to
CJ.
me? Come on, man.
Get
You
out of
can't
here,
beat me.
big fella. Chris
You
Johnson
can't.
live and living color to the house one more time.
Enjoy this moment.
heard you all game.
Enjoy this moment.
You're just a hype man.
Enjoy this
You're
moment.
just a hype man
Enjoy
for
this
Clef.
moment.
You're
Enjoy
just a
this
hype man
moment.
for Needed, bro.
Enjoy this
Come on,
moment.
bro. You're just a
Enjoy
hype
it.
man.
Enjoy it.
Come on.
Enjoy it.
You gonna score?
Enjoy it. You're playing good. Enjoy it.
I
You're
know.
playing good. Enjoy it.
While Noah's enthusiasm was the story of the first game of the day, it was PK Deliverance who would take control of Group C. Deliverance beat JD in his first game before giving Noah an earful himself in their head-to-head matchup.
There's only 17 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. If Deliverance puts together a long drive, it's going to really put some clamps.
That's
Oh, watch
right
out.
there.
Dylan's
That's
found some
thick work.
space on the
Tell
right
me I don't
side.
got run
Can he
vision.
take it to the
Tell
crib?
me. Nobody else is gonna cut that outside. Nobody else in this tournament's cutting that outside. Bring
With
him back.
Deliverance up 17-9 in the fourth quarter, Noah came up with a big play at the right time.
Uh-oh, watch out. Chris Johnson, too much speed. Touchdown, Noah.
Noah needed a 2-point conversion to tie the score, but Deliverance was ready.
It looked like he does run commit.
Oh, stop short.
So close to get in right there.
That stop would be enough to give Deliverance the win. Deliverance held off Trey to go 3-0 and secure the bye, clinching a spot in Saturday's Final 8. Meanwhile, Noah took the L against JD, but did just enough in his 3 games to move on to the wild card round. That brings us to Group D, which began with one of the wildest games of Madden you'll ever see between young Kiv and Wesley. For Kiv, things got off to a rocky start.
Murray on 3rd and 8. He's looking to the wheel route. That's Harrison. It's picked off. Callahan back in the end zone. He knows him so well. Saw the wheel route coming. Said, "Give me that. We're going the other way."
On his second possession, the turnover bug bit again.
2nd and goal. Back of the end zone. That's once again the wrong team. That's Peanut Tillman. 2 red zone possessions for Kiv. 2 interceptions.
In the second half, it was more of the same.
Frustrated is the word, I think, for sure.
Oh, that's picked off.
Oh my God. Come on.
Despite throwing 3 interceptions, the former belt winner and Madden veteran refused to go down without a fight. He came up with a huge play when it mattered most.
He's looking for Cook.
Come on.
It's picked up by Shaq Griffin. And here he goes the other way inside the 50-yard line.
Come on. Get 7.
The first mistake from Wes has given young Kiv life.
Kiv marched down the field, setting up Kyler Murray with the game on the line.
4th down and 7. No timeouts. 19 seconds on the clock. Only a 3-man rush from Wes. Stepping up. Looking to the wheel route. Berkeley makes the catch in the end zone.
Baby. God, I do this.
The clutchest man in Madden, young Kiv, with a phenomenal dot to tie the game to go to overtime.
4 quarters would never be enough in this wild game. In OT, Kiv found himself with the ball and a chance for a big play that would earn him the win.
He's going to verticals. Going for it.
Let's go.
And picked off by Tillman. Wesley seals it with an interception, and he gets the W to kick off Group D.
While Kiv came up short against Wesley, he knocked off back-to-back victories over Ghost and K-Mac to clinch the bye and secure his spot in the final 8.
Young Kiv, who says he doesn't lab. He says it's every man for himself. And he does stand alone now. They'll just call it a day.
Wesley won the first game in the wild card round to advance as well, setting the stage for Noah to take on an MCS belt winner in Ghost in this crucial win-or-go-home game. Ghost put 3 points on the board, but Noah rode CJ2K for the first touchdown of the game.
Touchdown. Come on, man. This ain't defense. That ain't defense. Come on, man. Go get one stop. End this, Noah. End this.
This time around, it wasn't only CJ2K who made the big plays for Noah. His defense came up big right before the half.
Come on, pick that. Let's
Oh,
go.
it is picked. It's Smith who's got it.
Come on. That's sick. That's sick. Come on. One stop. End this. Let's go.
Ghost tried his best to claw back, but Noah's game was too much, and the youngster finished the night strong to claim the final spot in the quarterfinals.
Mariota has not thrown a pass for positive yardage yet, and he finds Howard now.
Come on, man. Come on. Let's go. Put some respect on my name. Kiv's next, bro. Kiv's next. Let's go.
You're only 17 years old. You turn 18 in July. How does it feel to, have a $10,000 in the tournament just added to you and be in the quarterfinals against a belt winner?
I'm super hyped. I had a great first game and then blew my next 2, so I was sick. So got to get in the lab. I just found out I was going to play Ghost, so I watched some games that other people played him, and I actually used Kiv's defense against him, so that's what I ran. And yeah, I'm super hyped. He couldn't stop my eye form tight, so we were good.
After 2 days of big plays and statement wins, the final 8 are set. Young Kiv is the only belt winner still alive, but veterans like Joke and Clef the God find themselves one step closer to that elusive title. Knocking at the door are 17-year-old Noah and 16-year-old Henry, 2 of the game's brightest young stars. Here we are with our final 8 locked in. Every game now is win or go home, and the champion of the Madden NFL 20 Challenge will be crowned before the day is over. For many of the competitors, today represents not only a shot at the belt, but also their last best shot at qualifying for the final event in the Madden Championship Series, this April's Madden Bowl.
I think I'd be a liar if I didn't say guys weren't thinking about the Madden Bowl.
Oh, it's everything. This is like do or die.
Obviously, I'm here to win, so if I win this tournament, then I'll also qualify for the Madden Bowls.
Yeah, I'm locked in for the Madden Bowl. Right now, I'm #1 in points.
Yes, I have qualified for the Madden Bowl, which is the last event. I've actually qualified for all 4 events in my first rookie year, so that's amazing.
As far as where I'd have to finish to qualify for the Madden Bowl, probably like a top 8, I would get me right there.
I have not qualified for the bowl, but if I finish Final 4, I'll be locked in.
I'm gonna need a top 4 type finish in the Madden Challenge, and then I would be qualified for the Madden Bowl.
I have not qualified for the Madden Bowl yet. I'm more than likely gonna need a Final 4. My mindset is conquer and destroy. It's that simple.
The first game of the day featured wild card winner Wesley and Group C winner Deliverance, who went undefeated in his first 3 games to clinch a bye and a chance to relax and prepare for the quarterfinals.
The stakes are never higher than this game right here.
It's not just about the Madden Challenge, Nick. This is a win and get into the Madden Bowl. It's huge implications in this game.
On Wesley's first possession, he made the most of a 3rd and 9 inside his own 30.
So just to find yourself in the quarterfinals is a task in itself. Carr on 3rd and 9. Looking for Cooks, got him in the end zone. Give it to him. Put 6 on the board for the former Joe Rice.
Deliverance got the ball, looking to answer, but Wesley's defense got the upper hand.
Looking left side, that's double coverage, and Wesley says, thank you very much. Williams with the pick, he's up going the other way.
Wesley didn't stop there. Before the first quarter was done, he found Brandon Cooks on a simple wheel route to amplify the pressure on Deliverance.
Carr stepping up, backing up, taking a shot. I've seen this one more time. That's not an instant replay. Brandon Cooks into the end zone.
Throughout the first half, Wesley looked dominant on both sides of the ball.
5-man rush.
Just
Gets there. Down goes Montana. At the end of the first half, stretch run, Mostert outside, got good blocking. Oh, when it's that easy, you start to wonder, how good is Wesley Gittens?
Inside the red zone, Deliverance needs to score to give himself a chance. On 4th and 9, he finally breaks through.
Montana dropping back, 3-man rush from Wesley, waiting, looking for Hollywood Brown. He makes the catch to keep Deliverance alive, finally getting a touchdown.
Deliverance still had a mountain to climb in order to get himself through to the next round. Wesley kept himself locked in and secured the victory.
4th and 3, pressure up the middle, down goes Montana. Put your GGs in the chat.
For Deliverance, this loss crushes his hope to secure a spot in April's Madden Bowl. Wesley punches his ticket to the Madden Bowl with the win here.
What does it mean to be a part of the Madden Bowl in general, as far as the Madden community and the status that comes from that?
To us Madden players, the Madden Bowl is our Super Bowl. You know, you win the Madden Bowl, you're considered the best player that year. So if you're there, you're one of the 16 best players in the game. So I feel like last year I deserved to be there. I just, didn't do enough to get there. So to get there this year, it means a lot.
Our second quarterfinal matchup features former college football player and high school coach Clef the God.
He knows his football because he's played some football. Now he's funneled that here into the Madden community.
Clef will be facing off against a determined competitor in Crush. It wasn't too long before Clef got on the board.
Late first quarter, and Freeman able to bounce and spin. Oh, and he slithers free.
Give me the flu.
Devontae Freeman, one more cut. Devontae Freeman, touchdown, 63 yards.
And that's a very fortunate play for Clef early on in this game.
Crush had the ball with 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter, but Deion Sanders delivered something truly wild for Clef.
Baker Mayfield. It pinballs to Deion. He runs right into his own Forrest here. A bunch of those orange jerseys, and now Sanders high-stepping it. Look at Deion breaking tackles. A prime-time giggle fest for Clef.
A handful of plays later, it was Crush's turn to make something happen.
Drake with a little bit of burst here. Oh, he needed that. Kenyon Drake on full gallop. Kenyon Drake out crushing a big way.
Down 14-7 with time running out before the half, Crush knew he needed to get points on the board to keep his head above water.
Cuts inside, Drake to the house. Touchdown,
Let's
Crush.
Go. You've got lucky every play and you're still gonna lose. You're still gonna lose.
Clef nailed a field goal to end the first half and take a 17-14 lead, and he got the ball back to start the second half.
There you go.
Looking for Reed, that'll work.
Let's go,
Andre Reed, touchdown.
Is that luck?
Crush needs 2 scores to catch Clef now. He's able to make his way into the red zone, but Clef's defense forces him to burn time off the clock in the process.
Talked about Crush being a third down converting star, and there it is. There's the Tyreek Hill. There's the touchdown.
Crush now desperately needs a stop if he's going to have any chance at the Final Four.
Oh, Devontae Freeman is a free man. All the way downfield to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Clef.
Clef Clef the God comes up with one final back-breaking play to send Crush packing.
In a 31-21 game, Leighton Vander Esch has got it, and Clef has got it. He has locked this thing up.
Yep, and Clef is going to be in the Madden Bowl.
You just secured your spot in the Madden Bowl. Talk to me about what that means to you.
It means a lot, man. Last year I missed off points due to how some things were set up. So this year, my whole thing this year was I was not going to watch Madden Bowl at home.
No.
So it means everything to me to know, because I know I'm one of the best players, but to solidify that means everything.
In the next matchup, we see the 17-year-old Noah face off against the seasoned young Kiv. Noah took the field by storm on day 2 with big plays and some big celebrations.
One stop, end this! Let's go!
Meanwhile, young Kiv is looking for a chance to pick up his second belt and cement his status as one of the game's most decorated players.
There's been 17 EA majors. Young Kiv has played in 15 of them now. Just an unreal stat.
On the flip side, there have been 17 EA majors.
Come on,
Noah's
let's go, baby!
played in one of them, and what a way to start this one. Ronnie Lott with the fumble recovery. The lumber being laid.
Huge hit right there for Noah, and he can feel it. Wow, what a way to set the tone.
Noah capitalizes on the turnover, handing off to CJ2K on a 1st and 10 from just outside the red zone.
And it's going to be Johnson bouncing outside. He's yelling touchdown. I don't know if he's going to get there. Oh, the spin cycle gets him there. He's Nostradamus with that call. This feels like one of those boxing matches where there's an underdog and like the champion, and the underdog just comes out hair on fire. Knows he needs to set the tone. 3rd and 20 off the seam. Give me that. It's Mark Barron. He's got room. No one's going to catch him. Noah is here to stay.
Come on!
David is showing up versus Goliath. Huge pick 6 for Noah, up 14-0. And Kiv is just playing some bad offensive football in this tournament.
Young Kiv's run of bad luck continued at the start of the second quarter.
Beckham, this little block and release route. Oh, look underneath. That's Marvin Harrison.
Ronnie,
oh, ball's out
man.
again. Picked up by Hayden. Oh, it's looking like a Home Depot with all the lumber.
Ronnie. That's why we draft Ronnie. Come on.
Noah never took his foot off the gas in this one, finding the end zone time and time again.
It's going to be that stretch run outside. Can Alki make a tackle? What was that angle from young Kiv? And let's Johnson at the edge. And there goes CJ2K. 2K to the house.
Come on, man. Come on.
Noah takes down 2 former belt winners in a row, young Kiv and Ghost before him, to stake his claim to the Final Four and also qualify for April's Madden Bowl. You have so much passion when you play, and that's the one thing that's noticeable from everybody watching your games. Why do you have that much passion, and where is it really coming from?
I think it makes me play better, and then also it gets in their head. Like, once someone fumbles, they're going to be sick over there, so you got to get in their head, make them feel it.
The last quarterfinal matchup pits 2 of the biggest names in the game against one another, Joke and Henry. On his second offensive play of the game, Joke hands off to his star running back, Saquon Barkley.
And there's Saquon Barkley, off to the races. And they won't get him. Touchdown, Joke. He strikes first.
That's how you do it. How will the young phenom respond?
On Henry's first offensive possession, he lets Kyler Murray answer.
And Kyler with a spin move, and Henry's out. And he swerves it back inside, and the young man is in the end zone.
Into the second quarter, Joke continues to show the type of play that's made him one of the best around.
Able to pick up the blitz, goes up top, and it's a touchdown for Joke. Just a step past Dunbar, and he regains the lead.
With time running out in the first half, Henry looks to even the score once again, but Joke is ready.
And he does it, it's in the coverage, and Allen is there to pick it off.
Man. Come on.
Joke takes advantage of the turnover and puts 3 points on the board to make it a 2-score game.
This is going to be a maximum field goal here. It is up, and it is just over the bar.
The second half is a hard-fought chess match, with Joke holding the upper hand throughout. It all comes down to the final play of the game. Henry down 7, 4th and goal from the 5-yard line with a chance to tie it up.
3 seconds remaining in the game. It's either overtime or Joke's moving on. Here we go. 4th down. Final chance here for Henry. What has the youngster got? Murray got to rim it quick, and Dante can't get there.
Let's go.
Joke's going to win the ball game.
With the close of the quarterfinals, the semis are set, but so too are the Madden Bowl bids that could be locked up via Madden Championship Series points. Mills was the only player on this list who did not compete in the challenge. Into the semifinals we go, with the brash 17-year-old Noah set to face a fierce competitor in Wesley. The other matchup has all the makings of a classic, Joke and Clef the God, 2 men fighting for their first belt after years of high-caliber performances. The Final Four in the Madden NFL 20 Challenge is up next. The Madden NFL 20 Challenge is down to the Final Four. After 2 days of round-robin play and some hard-fought wins in the quarterfinals, the belt is within reach. All 4 competitors are looking for their first ever belt. Up first, Noah, one of the youngest players ever to make an MCS Final Four, faces off against Wesley, a seasoned competitor in the MCS.
It's all about the belt, just 2 games away from one of these guys having an opportunity.
Wesley starts well, moving the ball down the field with some smart plays.
A is wide open. Winslow, first down a little bit more. First and 10. To the end zone, Tyreek, the freak. And Wesley strikes first.
It's a nasty connection right there.
On Noah's first possession, he finds himself in a 4th and short situation and hands the ball to his workhorse, CJ2K.
Got a hold the door situation.
Hands it off to Johnson.
Come on.
And he won't get it.
Let's go, SMD.
Hold the door. That is humongous if you're West.
After turning the ball over on downs, Noah needs to force a stop.
He's 5. Wesley, and that's taken away by Lattimore. Goes right by Lindstrom.
Let's go.
Carr can't get him. We're going to be tied here in the semifinal.
And Noah's standing up and look at the emotion.
Let's go, laddie.
On the ensuing kickoff, Noah lands a lethal user hit stick to force a fumble, and chaos ensues.
With a tie game, he'll take it from the 13-yard line with Hill.
Kill him.
Makes a man miss, and there's a fumble, and Alexander scoops it up. He might take it to the house.
I got so lucky.
Madden giveth, and Madden taketh away. Touchdown, Wesley.
Oh, my goodness, Scott. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in all our years of calling competitive Madden.
And the fireworks didn't stop there.
And Chris Johnson gets to the outside. Phillips won't have the speed. And Noah has tied us up.
Come on, man.
Once
Stop
again.
giving him fluke. Stop giving him fluke. He fumbled, man. Come on. Let's go, boy. Come on.
We've had a couple home runs hit in this one, and we're tied at 14.
The defenses lock in, and things slow down a bit in the second half. Noah manages to kick 2 field goals and take a 6-point lead.
Look at this clock management by Noah, just milking that play clock all the way down. And this is something any football fan out there in America can appreciate from the 17-year-old. Just good, old-school clock management.
After coming up with a big 4th down conversion, it feels like the momentum could be on Wesley's side.
Almost throws the pick, and it is!
Come on, man. Let's go.
Lattimore with a second interception of the game.
After the stellar defensive play, Noah can seal the win if he can pick up the first down.
He'll hand it off. Chris Johnson fighting. No. Timeout. Clock stop. 40 seconds to go. And Wesley's going to get it back.
Down 6 with 6 seconds left to go, Wesley needs a miracle to keep himself alive.
It's at the 40-yard line. 6 seconds to go.
Look at Noah. Look at those 4 defenders way back there at the 10-yard line.
And he's going to be sacked up. He doesn't even get to the end zone.
Man. Let's go. So much defense. So much defense, man. Come on.
It's Noah's defense again, closing the door on Wesley and moving himself into the final. a shot at the belt, and the lion's share of the nearly $200,000 prize pool within reach. You're now in your first finals appearance for the MCS. How does it feel to be there?
I mean, I'm feeling great. I was down. I didn't think he should have got 7, and then I was down 7-0. Then I had to punt, so I was definitely, if I didn't get that pick 6, it would have been a long game for me, honestly. So that pick 6 was huge. But yeah, I'm feeling great.
The second semifinal features 2 of the game's most impressive veterans still hunting for their first belt in Joke and Clef the God.
This is the complete opposite of the Noah situation where nobody expected him to be here. These are 2 guys that you fully expected to be here at the end of this Madden challenge, and here they are.
On the very first drive of the game, Clef comes up big early on a 2nd and 16 ball from Jameis Winston.
Clef number 2 in total offense per game. Looking to throw again. And hoisting it, looking deep. That's his man! That's Tyreek! That's 6 right away!
Joke gets the ball and does what he's been doing all tournament, driving the ball down the field, play after play, yard after yard.
Great defense.
Yeah, can't get that man free, so Kyler Murray does finally throw him open. Hollywood Brown. Midway through the first quarter. There's Barkley. And he shimmies free. He's got the first down. Starting the second quarter, Joke down 7. It's Barkley pushing only to the 4.
Joke's gonna kick his field goal right here. If you're Clef, that's a huge stand right there.
Clef the God holds the line and keeps Joke out of the end zone, forcing him to kick a field goal after 3 straight goal line stops. On the next possession, Clef the God exploits a hole in Joke's defense to open up the game.
With the rush coming, this ball tipped, and Hill with the bobble has got it, and he's gone.
I can't believe Joke gave that up again.
Joke finds himself in a 3rd and 8 situation with pressure mounting.
There's Alexander. Jair Alexander to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Clef. If you're Joke, how do you avoid that thought bubble over your head that says something like, not again?
After the pick 6, Joke finds himself down 3 possessions. Slowly, methodically, he drives down the field and into the red zone.
Probing and finding the sideline route to the great Jerry Rice. Well, it's a long journey back into this one, but these are some positive steps down that road. Passing, fingertip catch, Hollywood Brown, first down and goal.
But Clef digs in and comes up with a series of big stops to set up an absolutely critical 4th down for Joke.
All right, so this is it, really. I mean, we're not even in the 4th quarter yet, but we're dialing it up that this is the play of the game. Didn't get rid of it.
Clef played phenomenal defense all game. Joke just has no answer for it at all.
Joke's hopes are dwindling, and he struggles to get the stops he needs to stay in the game.
Well, Devontae Freeman keeps getting loose, and this keeps getting to be a taller hill to climb for Joke.
Yeah, Joke's just going to go ahead and get out of there. He realizes, you know, this one's over. Just an unfortunate start to that game, and Joke could never really recover.
For Joke, he comes up short once again, and that ever-elusive belt remains out of reach. With the win, Clef the God is into the final of the Madden NFL 20 Challenge and can claim his first belt if he can stop the absolutely explosive Noah.
Come on!
The final of the Madden NFL 20 Challenge has arrived. On one side is Noah, a 17-year-old who's made a name for himself this week with big play after big play.
Come on, man! Come on! Let's go! Put some respect on my name!
And on the sticks against him is Clef the God, an established Madden competitor who is still reaching for his very first belt.
This is a classic David and Goliath matchup, but the difference here is David is gully as heck. I mean, this guy has been playing phenomenal defense all tournament long, running the ball, but he is going up against Clef. You see him, he's got the #2 when it comes to rushing yards per game, but Clef's been airing it out. To me, the key stat is Clef has the #2 run defense out of everybody that was in this Madden Challenge tournament, and that's going to be pivotal coming into play to stop Noah's elite run game and that Chris Johnson.
Well, let's meet the two guys in the finals. First, starting off with the youngster, Noah. This is the first time he's been in a Final Four appearance in his first EA major. Makes his home in Maryland, and he's looking to add to those career earnings.
Yeah, Noah Johnson, 17 years old. He just got accepted to Maryland College last year, and you see a little bit of his roster. We've seen Marshawn Lattimore make tons of plays. You saw that in the highlights, but it's all about that halfback, Chris Johnson. He has been the MVP of this tournament so far, and Noah has been getting busy and sticky with them all week long.
Yeah, and that playbook for Denver, that's what makes it go. On the other side, Clef the God, making his way through the MCS, but this is the first time we've seen him in a final in his 4th EA major. Makes his home down in Florida.
Clef, a former football player. His dad currently the offensive coordinator at D-Land High School out there in Florida. And this young man is a competitor. No matter how bad the score looks, he is never out of the game. He knows how to compete at the highest levels, and everybody's been waiting for him to win a belt. Everyone's expecting him to win a belt. This could be his chance to get it done because he's only one game away from accomplishing that goal.
Well, he's a huge Bucs fan. He's got Jameis Winston, picked him up in the draft, but don't let Tyreek Hill get deep.
Yeah, you don't got to wait for Tyreek Hill to get busy in the Super Bowl because I can almost guarantee you Clef's going to be getting busy with him in this game.
Here we go. It is belt number 17 of the MCS era. It's going to be Noah, the man from Maryland, against the guy from Florida. It's Clef the God. We're going to give one of these guys their first belt here tonight in the Madden NFL 20 Challenge.
Noah receives the opening kickoff and quickly finds himself in a crucial 4th down situation around midfield. He goes for it, dropping back to pass, looking for something big.
Mariota trying to buy time, might as well chunk it up. It's a sack, it's a turnover on downs, and Clef the God's gonna get it near midfield.
After the turnover on downs, Clef finds himself with a 4th down of his own to deal with.
Needs 2 here on 4th down. They'll go to Cup once again, and he just gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 40-yard line, but that continues the drive.
Clef moves the chains and shows off some nasty stick work with Devontae Freeman.
Winston hands it off to Freeman. Freeman gets a block to the outside. A little stop and go, and he's inside the red zone.
As he moves into the red zone, it feels like Clef the God has seized the momentum. He drops Jameis Winston back to pass on 3rd and 11, looking for the end zone.
Down near the goal line, and he goes across the middle, and it's picked off by Amos.
Go get 7. Go get 7.
The one thing you couldn't do if you Clef the God.
Noah doesn't wait long to capitalize on Clef's mistake.
Hollywood Brown comes in motion. Gets it to Chris Johnson, he finds a leg.
Come on, man.
Will they catch him?
Come on.
Nope. Touchdown, Noah.
Come on, man.
On his next drive, Clef the God shows the type of fight he's known for.
Winston once again. All the way down to the 29, stops the clock, still has that one timeout in his pocket.
And I'm impressed by Clef. You let up the touchdown after throwing the pick. You lose all the momentum, but here you are, marching right back down the field.
After his field goal at the end of the first half makes it 7-3, Clef the God hands off to Devontae Freeman, looking to break something big.
Freeman to the outside. Little stop and go. Mark Barron, can he get off the block? No! Tight ropes down to the 32. What a way to start the half.
Clef moves the chains but can't find the end zone. He settles for 3 to make it a 1-point ball game.
We got a 1-point ball game here. 3:04 to go in the 3rd. And no one's going to have it one more time.
The little man with the selfie. We see you, buddy.
Noah gets the ball back and hits Clef with more of the same medicine we've seen him deliver all week. A heavy dose of CJ 2K.
You know it's coming, but can you stop it? And so far, the answer has been no.
And Chris Johnson get to the second level one more time.
Noah rides Chris Johnson into the red zone, breaking down Clef the God's defense play-by-play. On 3rd and goal, he hands off to CJ2K.
Chris Johnson will dot the I on a key 3rd down. They hand it to him, and he gets in there.
One stop, end this. One stop, end this, man. Let's go.
And he's 125 away from maybe winning his first belt and his first live event.
Clef is too experienced a player to panic. Down 8, with time running out, he makes his march towards the end zone.
This is what it's all about.
Winston will take off. Got a block, but decides to slide down.
Clef, he's a competitor. He's got all the fight in the world in him.
4th and 5. Has to pick up the first down. They cover A. He throws it anyway, and Reed hauls it in.
You were thinking the game's going to be over. Clef says, no, let me get Dottie, get out of bounds, keep my tournament life alive.
It's all down to one final play. 4th and 1 with 10 seconds left. Clef the God needs Jameis Winston to perform some magic.
Bunch to the left, he'll motion out Parker. Clef the God, looking, firing for the end zone, and it's picked off! And Noah's gonna win the belt, swagging around! And Noah has done it! He is your Madden NFL 20 Challenge Champion.
So much defense, man! So much defense!
If you didn't know his name before, you're gonna know his name now. You have young 17-year-old Noah as he hoists that belt. Give him a round of applause. That young man just fought his heart out for that 35K and that opportunity to be called the Madden Challenge Champion.
How does it feel to be a belt winner at 17 years old?
Feels amazing, man. Can't believe it. I mean, that was a great game. Shout out to Clef. That was a really great game. Shout out to CJ2K. Bring me a belt. Yeah.
You are just starting college, and you just won $35,000 in about 5 days. How does that feel, man, just for your future and for everything that's so bright coming forward for you?
Well, I mean, the way the tournament started, it started out rough. So, I mean, this is amazing. Yeah.
Young man, big dreams as well. You said so much defense every single time you stood up. What does that mean to you? And let's see what that defense looked like in the wall. Walk us through it.
I mean, I had the cover 4 out there, outside quarter, and I manned him up so he couldn't throw the quick wheel. And yeah, that was it. I mean, I couldn't stop Dagger the whole day. I mean, Trey White flex, I couldn't stop it, but I just stopped him in the red zone, so.
You found a way to celebrate after there.
Yeah,
Listen, Noah, you know, I like to travel a lot with my father. He joins me a lot of times. You have somebody very special with you, traveling with you. She's actually, I think, right over there, your mother.
Yeah,
How much does that mean to you?
It's huge that she's here with me, and then I also shout out my family at home, Ava, Skylar, and my dad, Rob. So, I mean, shout out them, because they've always been looking for the shout out, so shout out them. Shout out Ava. Past your bedtime, go to sleep.
You got that on tape in a lot of ways. The live audience is here. They've been watching you. But you are the youngest Madden belt winner in MCS history. Can we get one more round of applause? History right here. No one ever did it. What a great week of competition it has been. I hope you've all enjoyed our coverage of the Madden NFL 20 Challenge. 17-year-old Noah Johnson is our new champion, the youngest ever to win a Madden major belt. We'll see you back here in late April for the Madden Bowl, the same week as the NFL Draft.